Hi, everybody. I'm going to try a new experiment. I went to this website, CrackSAT.net, and they have a bunch of online tests. So, what I'm going to do is try and give you some insight into how to do tests online. I've included my scratch paper in front of me here so you can see what I'm writing, and I'll do the explanation verbally as well. Occasionally, I'll zoom in on my writing so that you can see it a little bit better. Let me turn off this. See if that works better. It might be all right. And that looks a little better. And we'll see how it works. So this is the first section, and it says it's a no calculator. We have 5 minutes, so I'm going to try to keep it under 5 minutes, of course. And I'll keep my timer here, and I'll read the question and try to explain my thinking in each one, and still stay under time. So wish us luck, and let's get started. You can go to cracksat.net and open test number 1. It's test number 1, and we'll get started right now. It says, which of the following represents the statement? The sum of the squares. Well, this is a sum of squares. This is not. This is a sum of x and y squared, which is different. It looks like it's a already, and it says, and y is equal to the square root of the difference. When you take a difference, you subtract x minus y. It is definitely a, and I'm done with number 1. Number 2, however, requires that I do a little bit of work. It says that a plus a squared minus a cubed and so on, for a equal to negative 2 is equal to what number? So I'm going to take negative 2 plus negative 2 squared minus negative 2 cubed plus negative 2 to the 4th plus, minus, my bad, minus negative 2 to the 5th, it looks like. Now this is negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 5 times, which is negative 32. But that gives me a double negative here. So this is negative 32. Be careful. This is negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 16. This is negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which is negative 8. That minus sign is still there. Be careful. This is negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4. And we have a negative 2. Now you have to add these together. You do need to know your integers. This is plus 32. That double negative means plus. This is plus 16. So it looks like we've got 48. 52 minus 2 is 50. And we're done. And it looks like the answer is not there. Did I add wrong? 48. Oh, forgot to add this. 56, 60. Damn, 60 minus 2 is 58. Sorry about that. Can't add today in my head. So there it is, 58. A lot of positive going on there. All right, now this one requires number 3. This is number 2, by the way. Number 3 requires that we understand what 9 to the negative 2 power means. This means that we're going to divide by 9 twice. Another way to write that is 1/9 raised to the 2nd power. Either way means the same thing. Now this says it's equal to 1/3 raised to the, and I'm going to have to look at it a little closely, XX. Oh, X, and is that an X? Sure is. Looks like it's an X and another X right here. Huh, interesting. Okay. What is the value of X? Well, I don't understand. Let me see. Maybe if I zoom in on it or something. I can't. That definitely looks like 1/3 to the X power. I don't know. This is being squared to the negative 1, and I don't think this is correct. I think they made an error or something, because these have to be the same. Maybe they mean to the negative 1 and the negative 1. 1, 1. Now I get it. 1, 1. If I put a 1 here and I put a 2 here, I get 1/3 squared, which is not right. But if I put a 2 here and I square it, then I get 1/3 to squared, and then I square it again. So it is a 2. I couldn't figure out what they were talking about. It's hard to interpret this weird looking thing here. What they mean is that these are both the same. And so 2 squared is 4, and this is the same as 1/3 squared, and then we square it. They should have put the brackets. Anyway, number 4. 1/8 plus 1/10 equals A over B. In the equation, A and B are positive integers, and A over B is the simplest reduced form. Well, we need a common denominator, and a lot of people are just going to multiply and add. If you add these, you get 8 plus 10 over 8 times 10 is 80, so we're looking at 18 over 80, and you have to reduce that, so you divide by, looks like 2, which is 9 over 40, and it looks like you're done. Another way to do it is to say times 5, and this one is going to be multiplied by 4, and we add these together and we get 9, and we found a common denominator, which is 40. So whichever way makes more sense to you, you can use the shortcut, which is multiply and add, add and multiply, add the denominators, because what we're really doing is multiplying by 10 and 10, 8 and 8, and so on. Hopefully that makes sense to you. If not, hopefully you can make sense of it. And we want the value of A, which is 9. They kind of tricked us by putting a B there, and we submit it. Looks like, did I put an answer and everything? I wonder why there's only 4 questions. And how long did I spend? Too long. Submit. What? What? Oh, they put an extra X on there. All right. Couldn't figure out why they were saying I was wrong. What happened was this was not supposed to look like this. This was supposed to be 1/3 to the X power, which of course is X to the 4th, the 1/3 to the 4th. But because of the way they wrote it, and I couldn't figure out what they were trying to do there, it would be 2 squared, which is, or 2 to the 2nd power, but that is a 4. Anyway, there it is. Hopefully, it's not too much of a problem. If I were to do it again, of course, I would just simply get rid of this X and just make it 1/3 to the X power. Hopefully the next one won't have any errors in it. Thanks. Have a nice day. Hopefully you guys got it right, and we'll be moving on.